could do any key.
It's time. Oh, it's time. You ready? Look at the intro.
For too long I remained by myself, I felt afraid. I kept believing it was safe to stay on the outside. I knew there must be something higher, something out there to inspire all the dreams I tried to tuck away. I'm waking up and I see a new way of living. Right here, a brand new beginning. And I found the truth I've always known.
1, 2, 3.
See the world with brand new eyes. I can't even recognize the troubles from my past, they've gone away. A never-ending guiding light I can feel inside my heart. It's gonna turn me burning bright each day. I'm waking up and I see a new way of living. Right here, a brand new beginning. 'Cause I found the truth I've always known. I'm waking up and I see the gift I was given. And I know the truth that was hidden. Well, I finally feel I've come back home. Waking up, my life is here for me to build a brighter day. And now I finally found a way. And I found a new way of living. Right here, a brand new beginning. 'Cause I found the truth I've always known. I'm waking up and I see the gift I was given. And I know the truth that was hidden. 'Cause I finally feel I've come back home. I'm waking up.
Waking up.
I'm waking up.
We lost our speaker.
Welcome, everyone, to Unity of Gainesville. My name is Roderick. This is my first SSL service. Thank you. It's really a pleasure to be here today, welcoming you all here to remind us of our true who we are. We are God's children, and we're here to reflect those qualities and here to discover our perfection within us. So we hope you can take that message with you today. I'm going to thank Sam and Lucy for being our musicians today. Thank you so much. Round of applause. I'll just kindly ask, if you haven't already, if you would please silence your phones so they don't make any disruption during the service today. And I want to give a special welcome to all of you here today in the sanctuary. Welcome. And to those of you online in virtual land, welcome. And as I mentioned earlier, my name is Roderick. Just briefly, I moved to Gainesville in 2020. I'm from Ocala. I grew up in the Christian Science Church. I attended the Christian Science Church my whole life, and I have a deep love for metaphysics and for all the world's religions. So I feel at home here. I feel that every person I've met here is very loving and kind, and I feel at home here, so thank you for that. And then I'd like to recognize any newcomers. If anyone has not been here before and this is your first time, if you'd raise your hand because we have a welcoming gift for you. Is anybody here for the first time? All right, it looks like all of you are part of the family. Good, great. So as we do in every service, we repeat the core values and our mission statement and our vision statement. So if you go ahead, we'll repeat those together. Centered in divine love and wisdom, we joyfully create a world united in positive spirituality. And next we'll read the mission statement. Together, through prayer, meditation, spiritual education, and service, we put God's love into action. And we'll repeat the core values together. Together, I am spirit-led. I am love. I am generosity. I am gratitude. I am inclusivity. Thank you. So our theme for this year is the chakras, the 7 chakras, and we are on the 5th chakra, which is the throat chakra. The throat chakra is represented by the color blue, hence I'm dressed in blue today as a reminder. And just a quick little thought about the throat chakra. The throat chakra is our center for either raising people up through praise, through kind words, through helping others. And it also has the power to put people down through criticism, condemnation, and judgment. So as all of the chakras, they have the power to heal, the power to raise people up, and they have the power to be misused and put people down. So we remember to use those chakras in a mindful way, consciously, to raise all people up. And let's see, we have our anchoring thought for today, which is the Proverbs 18. Yep, I was double checking, we're on the same page. So this is Proverbs chapter 18, verse 121. Will we repeat this together? Let's do that together. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. Thank you. Now I'll hand it over to Reverend Ryan.
Can we get up for Roderick? Yes. What? Okay. Thank you so much, Roger, for saying yes. In a month, Roderick is going to be doing our special talk. So, yeah, we appreciate you. And you'll notice a lot of fresh faces. So as Melinda flies away to her next gig, as Stephanie has flown away, we still got Celeste and we still got Rupali, right? And we have some newcomers. So a special thanks to all those who said yes. Okay. I invite you to take a cleansing breath wherever you are. So in this moment, this is what we call our evocation. Can we say evocation? So an evocation is simply reminding you of what's already true, right? The sun is out, the sky is blue. So this evocation is reminding you of the truth of who you are. So I invite you to take a cleansing breath when we hit the gong. We hit the gong for the first time, acknowledging that there is only love. We hit the gong a second time, acknowledging that if there is only love, then who are we? We are love. We are love. Our mission is through prayer, meditation, spiritual education, and service, we put God's love into action. Whose love? Who's God? All the love. I am the love. So we put in our love to action. So we hit the gong a second time, affirming that if there is only love, we are love. We hit the gong a third and final time, affirming that if there is only love, and we are the eachness of that love, then what do we do with our experiences, our hiccups, our bills, our frustrations? We hit the gong a third time for the reminder to take the truth of who we are into all that we encounter.
I am love, I am light, I am spirit descended, I am pure, I am divine, may I know the self tonight. I am love, I am light, I am spirit descended, I am pure, I am divine, may I know the self tonight. I am love.
All right. Thank you, Sam and Lucy. Hersan, I saw you walk in. Hersan, yes. Can I put you on the spot? I love you as my helper. Can you just, wherever you feel led, just hand these out? Now, I'm going to hand these out to Gerardo is in the house. Are you serious? Welcome back. Welcome back. Okay, at some point, we're going to have we love you. Welcome. Okay, welcome back. Safe travels. We cannot wait to hear all of it. Okay. Okay, so all my Unity folk, if you see somebody with a flower, so Donna, I'm gonna call you out. We know and love Donna, okay, and we know and love Star, right? But guess what? If someone has a flower, that is all of our invitation to just ask something else. Can we get deeper? Right? Usually we get right at the surface. How you doing? How's the kids? How's the weather? How's the traffic? And then we like walk away. I'm inviting us, anybody with a flower, let's just go deep. Let's go deep. Can we do that? Some of y'all are like, no. Okay. So I'm inviting you. How about that? I'm inviting you to go deep. Okay. So as was already said, we all know each other in here. So I am asking if there are any birthdays that happened last week. Any birthdays? Any birthdays? Okay, okay. Any anniversaries? Did we have any anniversaries last week? Any milestones? Okay, a little dry week. It's okay. All right. Okay. All right. Here's one I know we can all resonate with. Thank you so much, Hersan. If you had something accomplished, whatever it is, maybe you sorted through that inbox. Yes, I see you, Merlin. Whatever, right? Yes, I see some hands. We got some safe travels. Let's say yes, I see you. Let's say this is our opportunity to celebrate whatever those little I achieved that thing. I know I have a couple big ones, but I'm just so thankful that it's out the door, okay? So yes. And then finally, we affirm that many of us in our journeys, we move through this experience, sometimes with a little bit of ache and pain, right? Sometimes that hip or that knee or the arthritis comes back for no reason, right? So we just want to love on all of us who may be moving through a healing journey. And then finally, many of us in our community are moving through the grief journey. And we know there is no finish line. And so we want to love on all of our loved ones who are at whatever phase you're at, moving through the healing of that loss. Okay, so in our evocation, if we say we are the articulation of God, and if we say life and death are in the power of the tongue, that means we have the power to heal. So I'm inviting all of us to rub our hands together, like we're getting ready for a good meal. And as you say these words, I want you to imagine you are in reception and you are giving. So we are in full currency here. Repeat after me. We see you. We know you for who you truly are. God in expression. We love you. We celebrate you. And we wrap our arms around you on your sacred walk. All right, so keep those hands up. I want you to wave at somebody across the room. Hey girl, what's up? Yes, long time no see. Sean and Bonnie back in the house. Listen, y'all, we got so many stories to hear. Yes, all right. So that is our unity moment. So we light this candle as a symbol affirming that when one of us celebrates, all of us celebrates. And so that's our oneness. And finally, we're lighting the blue candle for the last time. Can we say throat? Listen, y'all, we going out with a bang. We got a brand new candle, okay? A brand new one, okay? All right? Shout out to Gio, wherever Gio is. We got a brand new candle as we land the plane on the throat chakra. Okay, y'all? You see these eyebrows? The throat chakra is when it's time to say something, you say it. It's with love. It needs to be said, okay? So we're honoring our throat chakra. Thank you so much.
Okay, so we have some community highlights to share with you today. We have the September Forgiveness Challenge. Has anyone here attended that? It started on the 1st of September. Yeah. Oh, here's Marcy. Okay, so I'll let Marcy talk about it. Marcy? Oh, you want? Yeah. I was just going to say it's an opportunity for each person to sign up and share something about some insight, a story, or a poem about forgiveness. So it helps build this community in the spirit of forgiveness. So I'll hand it over to Marcy.
Thank you so much. Could I see the raise of hands again for people who have joined in? It's been spectacular. Every morning we're meeting from 9 to 9:30, and as you know, it goes so quickly, but we've had some incredible shares and people really coming into their hearts, starting to share their own personal experiences, which of course is what we have to gift each other, right? We learn so much through our own lives. So, yeah, it's just been wonderful. Also, do you mind if I go further? Okay. So last week we had our first brown bag dinner, and we are changing the time of that so that it starts at 4:30. So from 4:30 to 6, just come, bring your dinner in a bag, bring whatever you'd like, but this is not a potluck. It is definitely a BYO, and it's a listening salon. We're just there to listen to each other and be there in community. And as Reverend Ryan said, it's this opportunity to really connect on such a deeper level. So I invite you to join us. It's a drop-in. So you don't have to be there at 4:30. Anytime between 4:30 and 6 is great. Let's see, what else? I had 4 things I wanted to say. September 20th, we'll be doing a past life regression focusing on forgiveness. So it's all in. We are all in this month. And then September 28th, you'll see more about this in the upcoming e-blast. But after our pot love, we are going to have a community healing service. And we'll have healers from other communities coming in to join with us. And again, it is based on forgiveness. And so we've got so many powerful things coming up. Please join us, because of course, if you're not there, you don't get all the benefits, and we don't get to exchange. So, all right, that's it. So much love. September is hot.
Thank you, Marcy. The next community highlight is the World Day of Prayer. It's 32nd annual Unity World Day of Prayer. And just briefly, it's a prayer clinic, and our facilitator is Ann Young. Today at 12:30 p.m. I'm going to hand it over to Rupali.
And so, as you know, the Unity Day of Prayer is something that we do in conjunction with Unity Worldwide Ministry, and I just want to highlight that Wednesday evening, it's this coming Wednesday evening. We are going to start with the stillness, because the affirmation is, in the stillness I awaken to divine wisdom. And then we will have an hour that will be presented by people that you know, people like Jackie and myself and Marcy and Ann Young and Terry, and other people will be contributing and reading and participating. The key is that it starts at 7, not at 8. 8 o'clock, which is probably what's behind me, the 6:30 is when it starts, and 8 o'clock is when we go online. But the first part is in person. So from 6:30 to 8, we start in person. This is the piece that's a little not up behind me. And then the next one is on Thursday. It starts at 11:30. The hook-in with live streaming starts at 12. But we start at 11:30, and Carla Palma will be leading out on this. So please just know that these are the perfect image for when our live streaming occurs, but some of the pieces that have to do with what is being contributed by your prayer ministry here at Unity of Gainesville is starting earlier than those times. Thank you.
Thank you, Rupali. So our last community highlight for today is a workshop event. It's a mid-check-in for the Forgiveness Challenge, and that is going to be, the title of that workshop is New Heart, New Moon Tea. New Heart, New Moon Tea, and that's going to be hosted by Luna Tea with our very own Reverend Sally, and the date for that is September 21st. That's 2 Sundays from now. And if you sign up, and the time, it's 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. And if you sign up today, you get $5 off. And the way to register, there should be a link up here, right here. Take a picture of the screen if you want to remember that. That's the link, tinyurl.com/New Moon New Heart. Thank you. I'm handing it over to Reverend Ryan.
All right, y'all. I got to say, I know I'm a little biased because Sally is my wife. But y'all, this experience with this AV is next level, okay? Okay, Sally, we love you so much. And if y'all can just do me a favor and just look in the back, Zoe, wave your hand. Say, hey, Zoe. So Zoe is a local high school student from Buchholz, right? Gainesville High School. You're a senior? Yes. So Zoe is supporting Sally and will be, we call it the ones and twos for like DJs. So Zoe's going to be mixing the ones and twos. So she's like in training right now. But this is incredible, y'all. I know you remember a time when this TV didn't even exist, right? And then it was just kind of there, and we didn't quite know what to do with it. And then, my goodness, we have a Ferrari, okay? So thank you so much, Sally, and thank you, Roderick, for just the flow. I just want to confirm, do we have anybody reading a special reading or anything like that? Yep, all right, let me get you back up there.
So we have a word of the day. I have it here on my phone. It's on forgiveness. I thought we would do one on forgiveness since that's our focus in addition to the throat chakra. And it's just a simple thought. I'll read it here. It says, "The universe is love, and I am forgiven and governed by love alone. Love is now adjusting my life. Realizing this, I abide in peace. I bring love and healing to all my thoughts and beliefs and relationships. I learn my lessons and move on." And then just a quick idea that came to me about forgiveness. I heard somewhere, and I don't remember exactly the entire phrasing, but forgiveness is when whatever happened to you in the past becomes irrelevant. It's no longer relevant anymore. So we acknowledge that it happened, but we let it go, and it no longer has any relevance to us. So that's the word of the day. Thank you.
So this is our moment for prayer. So if you're able, please stand. Please stand. We want to get that blood flowing. And so what I'd like you to do is, in this moment, if it's your practice, to close your outer eye. And if you find yourself clenching anything, if it's your jaw, if it's your hands, whatever it is, just think the word soften. And so with each breath, I invite you to find this current moment to be home. Home within ourselves, home in the company of others, and home as divine selves that we truly are. In this divine moment, we affirm that there is only divinity. We honor all of the intentions, all of the expectations, all of the reasons why we are gathered here. We honor all of it. And we affirm that whatever it is that we seek, it is already within us now. The healing, the clarity, whatever it is, for whatever reason we arrived in this place, not this physical building, but this place of stillness, we affirm that clarity is here, and our perfect unfolding is complete. It is done. We are loved. All is well. And we celebrate in gratitude the clarity that what we experience is a part of the planetary shift. Every last one of us. And we hold Unity of Gainesville as the apex of this community, because each and every one of us, in our divine calling, we are to remind, first and foremost, ourselves of who we truly are. And that's God in expression. We affirm it as so by saying, and so it is. So be it. It's done. You may be seated.
Every morning I see beauty in your eyes. Out at sea we watch the clouds and find the world is ours. So won't you come and see the way unfold, the story told, the lines undone. It's better when we're one. Time and space cannot define our lives anymore. Lifting off, defying gravity, we know we're free. So won't you come and see the way unfold, the story told, the lines undone. It's better when we're one. Love ending, every moment feels brand new. Ever after, happily, I'll stay right here with you. So won't you come and see the way unfold, the story told, the lines undone. It's better when we're one. It's better when we're one.
Thank you so much, Sam and Lucy. I know I say it every time, but it's worth repeating. We don't plan it, it just happens, right? This is an happening. This is a happening, right? This is an event. And so when we affirm a happening, we just show up and just be ready for the flow. And the song is Space and Time Cannot Define Me. And you know what? Guess what I'm gonna talk about? Space. Space and time. So this is how it works. I want to acknowledge all the talent that's in this room and all the many ways that it shows up. So as my role, it sounds pretty official, right? But I want to acknowledge that I am just the most visible one, right? There is so much work that goes into making this experience happen for all of us, as well as just the functioning of our organization. And so I don't want to get in trouble by calling names, but there's so much love that makes this place possible. And so just want to thank all of you, those of you who are thinking about how you might want to serve, those of you who've been serving for many, many years. You are seen and appreciated. Thank you so much. I mention that because it fits nicely in this idea of time. Can we say time? Time. When we think about time, we have a lot of different ways in which time is measured, right? We have these watches, we have clocks, right? If you're like me, you might reach for your phone first thing in the morning just to check the time. We have alarm clocks that tell us the time. And if you're old school, you just look at the sun. Okay, I got 30 minutes to cut the grass, right? Right? Time, we're always measuring it. We're using time to measure when we should leave the house, right? We're measuring time, anticipating what kind of traffic we might hit, right? Music is on time, right? We're able to produce music that was written centuries ago because it's timed, right? Bernice and Manuel, they did a beautiful sharing with us a couple weeks ago. Those instruments are centuries old, right? And we're able to acknowledge what the music was from the inception of that instrument because it's all on time, right? All of it's on time. What happens when somebody shows up and you've been waiting for them? You're late. You're not on time, right? Time is it's how we broker responsibility. It's created. It is created. And y'all, I love being up here because my only job is to remind you of what you already know, okay? I am simply reminding you that time is created. Regardless of the evidence that time is very much real, right? We might look at a picture of ourselves as a child and we say, time exists. That was me as a toddler. That's not the same body. That's me, but this is a measuring stick that time does in fact exist. Because that little entity is no longer here. All the muscles and sinews and tissues and cells, that entire body is gone. But we're still here, and so we can use time as a gauge. We can say, here's an example of how time in fact does exist. But all I would simply show you is that that is a false example, because what we're actually looking at is it's a cycle. It's a cycle. Okay. What about space? Everybody, this is Graham. Hey, Graham. Welcome back. We miss you. We love you, Graham. Yeah, sit anywhere. Yeah, welcome back. Space. Guess what we do with space? We attempt to measure it, to make sense of it. And we have these different barometers. We have these different gauges to attempt and theorize how we can make sense of space. We found a way to do it with time. And so right now, we're on the cutting edge of trying to make sense of space. So we send these satellites out, and we send them out, and they're getting us images, and we're able to say, this is what it looks like. We have these gauges to explore and to try to capture to make sense of what for a long time has been unknowable. I got an email from Bill. I want to give Bill a shout out. Listen to y'all, I get emails from y'all all the time. Bill sent me some literature, which was incredible. And there was a study that came out that shows that in a cubic centimeter of dark matter is enough energy to boil all the oceans on the planet. I'll say it again. Thank you, Sharon. She's like, hold up. What you say? Y'all go like this for me. This is a cubic inch. So a cubic centimeter is even smaller. So there is data that demonstrates that there is enough energy in a cubic centimeter of dark matter to boil all the oceans on the planet. What is dark matter? Dark matter is the appearance of darkness. So if we look at the sky, we say, oh, wow, it's just infinite black. Look at the stars. But that, what appears to be black, is dark matter. It's potential, pure potential to be something. But our eyes, our faculties can't differentiate it. A friend of mine, he's a scientist, and he said, man, imagine if we could see the waves. I mean, just take sound waves. He said, if we could see sound waves, we wouldn't be able to see anything. It would just be dense fog. We would never be able to see anything. And I was like, oh my God, that makes sense. So our brain is constantly choosing what it wants to perceive over and over and over again. In fact, when we think about the anatomy of how we're seeing things, it's actually flipped upside down. It's a refraction of light. So what may appear to be a person is actually our brain making sense of it. It's pulling it into focus based on other things we've seen before. So dark matter is what appears to be just black. It's actually an abundance of potential. Now, we started our time talking about time, right? And I acknowledge time because I got 20 minutes, all right? If I don't get that done, it's like, brother, listen, I know you say time ain't real, but I got to go, okay? All right? So I'm acknowledging, right? We're in a framework, okay? And in this framework, it exists. So we have a duality. We got on one hand, it's like, time doesn't exist. We created it to make sense of our world. We have these stoplights. What's a stoplight? How come I can't go at the same time, right? We have the machinery of the rationality of like, yeah, time doesn't exist. We created it. At the same time, I use the word time. At the same time, if I say I'll meet you at 7 and you show up at 7:20, we got a problem. I might not be there when you show up at 7:20. So we have a duality. We have on one hand, it doesn't exist. On the other hand, it very much exists. We have on one hand, dark matter, space, infinite potential. We can't see. But on the other hand, we don't see it, so we don't think about it. That's a very real duality. I'm asking us to consider there is an inherent duality that exists for us always. Always. There's a duality that is existing all the time. And y'all, I basically give the same talk every week. So guess what I'm gonna say? Right? There is a duality that I'm asking all of us to not just be mindful of, but to take action on. And that duality is holding the truth that we are fully divine. We're so divine that we get to create the reality that we seek. We can determine whatever kind of experience that we want. We are so divine. All of us can go to a buffet and come out with different experiences. I mean, listen, let's do it. Why not? We can go to a buffet and we'll all have a different experience. Somebody will be looking at the sanitation. Somebody will be, the food isn't that cold, or the food should be cold enough. We will all walk out of that room with a different experience. Oh, it wasn't worth the price. It was amazing. I love the community. We would all leave that buffet with a different experience. Right? There is a duality in what I'm about to say. We are fully divine. And we are fully human. Fully human. You ever try to be so sanctified, so above and high vibration that you try not to be affected by something, and then you get a text, or somebody says a thing, or somebody almost rear ends you, or a thing happens? It happens all the time in our community. You might leave feeling inspired, feeling loved, feeling in community. And the second you leave into the driveway, something happens. It happens. We are being called to hold a duality, the truth of who we are, and we have a fully human experience. A fully human experience. There is the appearance of separation. I want y'all to do me a favor. Look around the room. Look around the room. I want you to look at your hands, and then look at the hands of somebody else. Those ain't your hands, right? If you can, I want you to look as far on the other side of the room as you can. That ain't you. You're looking at them. That ain't you. Y'all can see me. Look at your feet. All right? Look at them socks. Oh, you got them ashy legs. Whatever's going on with you, look, right? Whatever's going on, just look down. And I want you to just look on the other side of your aisle. Look at those feet. Girl, I need some of that lotion you got. Whatever's going on, right? Those aren't your legs. Those ain't your feet. There is a duality, right? That's not yours. There's a duality because every Sunday, whenever I'm talking about oneness, how we're all one. We're lighting a unity candle. We're all together. One of us celebrates, we all celebrate. Those ain't your feet. I am asking us to hold a duality. One, of the appearance of separation, and two, that there is an inherent oneness. So, Eric Butterworth, he's an old school minister in unity. He was Maya Angelou's mentor. He says that each of us, we are the eachness of the oneness. We are the eachness of oneness. If we are on a boat, y'all follow me on this metaphor. If we're on a boat and we look down and we see a dolphin, we see seaweed, we put on some scuba gear and we see coral reef down there, it's all the ocean. All of it. Our ability to see it as one is because we have distance from it. You better believe that whale feels different from that coral reef. They feel different. But from our vantage point, they're all in the same pool. So are we. We have, because we're inside of this condensed version of reality, we have a belief that we are separate. But y'all, we are so connected, we know when something is wrong without somebody using words. We know it. We know when something is amiss or something's not balanced. Even if somebody says that they're fine. How you doing? Oh, I'm good. No, really, what's going on? we have the ability to discern energetically what's happening with those around us. Not because we're so separate we got binoculars, but because we are so connected. So there's a duality here. There is the appearance of separation, and there is the reality of our oneness. And so if we say we are the eachness of the oneness, if we say we are the articulation of God, divine love, higher consciousness, the children of God, as Roderick said, however you want to phrase it, if we say that, if we truly honor that, that means we got some work to do in terms of the judgment that we hold, the condemnation, the self-righteousness. What if we saw that person as being on their sacred journey? What if we saw that community or that experience as a part of its divine unfolding? Every last one of us chose this iteration. Gary Zukav says in The Seat of the Soul that before we arrive, we choose our parents, we choose our siblings, our eye color, our personality, we choose everything. And we are here, as all the mystics say, to experience. All of them say it. All of the world's religions say the same thing. We are here to experience. And guess what they all say, y'all? From Zen Buddhism to Christianity, they all say the same thing. It's possible to see it, but here are some steps that you got to move through to make it happen. And we do the exact same thing. So in other spaces, there may be a ritual, right? Here's the process by which you get closer to God. Here are the steps. Here's the sacrament. Here are the candles that we have to burn. Here's the sacrifice. Here's the offering, right? Every spiritual system has a step by which you go before you arrive at that clarity. And we have the same thing in unity. Guess what that is? We call it meditation. When we do our affirmative prayer, what we are doing in that moment, we're affirming that we got to silence the busyness of our mind to get to the center of our chest, to our heart, and breathe from there. And it's from there we find our sense of calm, our clarity, our next step. So I'm just using this as an example, right? We can't look at Voodoo culture or voodoo and say, oh my God, that's evil. We're better. We can't look at other spiritual systems where people wear certain clothing. We can't even look at how people sacrifice. Because inevitably, we are holding judgment, and we do it too in this room. We found a community that sees each other in the fullness of who we are. We found a community that literally does not use the word sin. We found a community that said, you are perfect just the way you are. We found a community that said, you are the perfect unfolding of divinity. You are it. And then what's the first thing that we do, y'all? We take that and we go down to Publix, right? And we hold that. Yeah, I know who I am. We hold it. We got family members who are at different spectrums of their spiritual journey, and we're seeing them like, girl, you need to meditate. Or whatever might come out of our mouth, or not come out of our mouth. Am I making sense? So even in our walk toward a higher unfolding of our truth, we have to be mindful of what we're holding. This is our very last day of the throat chakra. Very last day. And so much has been shared and articulated over these past 7 weeks. What I want to acknowledge, which is what I did in January, is that the chakra system is simply a way in which our energy pools have been organized. But just like colors, there are millions of hues. The appearance of a blue and an orange and an indigo, that's our brain deciding what it wants to see. But there are millions of waves, particles. Isaac Newton, when Isaac said, okay, there are 5 colors, and said, okay, let me change my mind, there are 7 colors. When Isaac Newton did that in the 17th century, it was an attempt to frame our inability to call it something. When we look at the rainbow, we don't see neat lines between red and orange and blue and indigo. There are no neat lines. It only happens when we're children and we start to color. When we see a rainbow, it's a mist of color. Our brain has an inability to see the millions of hues that exist. The same thing is true for our chakras. We have labels that say throat chakra, that say solar plexus, that say third eye chakra. But the truth is, there are not neat, clean lines in terms of our energy system. It's a great way to frame these different pools. And right now, we are at the end of our throat chakra. And what's being asked of us in our throat chakra? What's being asked? This is your quiz. What's being asked of us? To be kind. I heard forgiveness. Say it. Speak our truth. To be impeccable with our speech. 4 agreements. What else? What? Use it for good. I heard something else. To listen. To listen. Be kinder than you feel. Okay? Our throat chakra is simply a reminder to speak the truth, not from an egocentric space, but when we get to a space of stillness and calm, and when we deliberate on the thing, and you go to that person and you say, hey, I gotta talk to you. And I don't wanna make it bigger than it is, but I just wanna tell you where I'm at. That's a higher vibration. We call it maturity. No. I mean, yeah, we can call it that. This is a higher vibration. Because if we approach our loved ones, our peers, with that kind of clarity, imagine the ripple effect that has on those around us. We are affecting a planetary shift whenever we make that choice. Last thing I'll say. So the idea of quantum physics is actually simple, right? So we have all these theories about, you have a cubic centimeter, dark matter is going to boil all the oceans. How you know that, right? We can get to that precise calculation. It's quite simple. We study the small and can juxtapose it to the infinite. Our ability to know what's happening on a granular level gives us enough insight to know what's happening on a universal level. So the very foundation of these sciences is we can suppose and estimate with pinpoint accuracy what's happening because of what we're able to measure it here in this small way. All of us have had experiences, some of which we would like to forget, all of which we have the ability to transmute. every experience we've ever gone through. This is our month of forgiveness. The first day of September was National Day of Forgiveness. September 28th is a day of national forgiveness. Our entire month is around forgiveness. This is our last day of our throat chakra. What's being asked of us is what happens if I look at the granular. What choices am I making? What kind of judgment am I holding? What am I remembering? In one of my graduate studies classes, I learned that when you remember, you actually don't recall it. Like there's not like you go into your brain and snatch out that experience. That's not how memory works. Memory is actually reassembled. That's why Noel can remember something differently than Dave can. They can have been in the same room, did the exact same thing, and then a week later, a day later, an hour later, have different experiences. Because when you remember, you're actually assembling that experience every single time. And so what do you think we do if we feel like we're on the victim end of an experience? Every time we remember that experience, what's happening? We're gonna rewrite history? Listen, every time you tell that story, it's gonna be more condemnation, it's gonna be more pain, they're gonna be more savage, right? The story went from not getting a sandwich to they kept you starving for a week. Okay? Because and y'all, guess what? It's still true. It's still true. Because what is truth? Truth is what we know to be real inside of our heart. I mean, yeah, we could say ego, but that is true. We remembered the horror of that pain. And when we articulate it, and if you have a loved one that's like, oh my goodness, what? And you go deeper and deeper and deeper into that narrative. And so every single time you remember it, it becomes a part of your identity. And so guess what we got to do, y'all? We got to lug that experience, because somebody might ask us why we do things the way we do it. We got to pull that bag down and pull it out. Let's remember exactly what it was. Let's assemble it, right? They understand, okay, cool, let me put it back in my bag. Okay, I'm back on to the next thing. Y'all know I'm telling the truth, right? Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Our responsibility is to know that when we are remembering, we're not recalling the thing as it happened. We are reassembling that experience. So guess what? We can choose different. Can we take a breath? We can choose different. Yeah. I know I'm making it sound easy. I know. I'm up here and I got my stuff. I got my bag too. Right? But guess what? The process of saying no more will that serve me. I'm better. I'm fuller. I'm clearer. I got so much swag. Whatever you got to say to yourself to not choose that. Y'all got it? We overgot it. Do me a favor. Now, this is the work. Y'all get ready for this. I want you to take a cleansing breath. And I want you to send your focus to the center of your chest, to your heart. And I want you to ask your heart. In your minds, I want you to ask your heart, what is mine to let go? What is for me to let go? want you to sit with this for a second. Some of us, it may have snatched up to the top of our consciousness, and some of us have to swim in that space of, what is it, what is it, what is it? I affirm that you know the answer right now. What is for me to let go? We have all these abilities to measure time. We have these instruments to measure space. And we have the capacity to measure what no longer serves us. So in the divinity that we are, we reclaim the space that this hurt occupied. We reclaim the spaciousness and fill it with potential and possibility. We hold the highest degree of love and forgiveness to that area, to that person, to that experience, because we are better. Can we say, I am better? I am full. I am whole, just as I am. Before we shift gears, I want you to reach down in that space that was once occupied by that thing, and we're going to fill it with something. All right? So there is now an open space that we got to fill that with something else. I want you to look at the person next to you, and I want you to find 3 people. They can be next to you, they can be behind you, in front of you. And I want you to look them in the eye and simply say, you are perfect. I want you to see them in the fullness of who they are. You are perfect. You are perfect. I want you to see them. I want you to see their soul. You are perfect. You are perfect, Sally. You are perfect, Don. You perfect, Gio. You are perfect. Not soon, not when this thing happens. You are perfect now. We are filling that space that was once occupied with hurt and the remembering of the thing, the measuring stick of how we were wronged. We set that aside. It no longer serves us, and we are filling it with a new truth. You are perfect, Mimi. You are perfect, Giannina. And now, guess what I want you to say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Y'all feel that? I am perfect. I am perfect. Y'all got the juice. And so it is. And so it is. And so it is. I love it. It says, I am perfect. I got the juice. So, yes. Okay. If you forgot, I am perfect. I got the juice. Okay, y'all. We're going to shift gears into our giving. I'm making this hard pivot because I want us to take all this love into the seed of our offering. Okay. So we can create that currency by putting all this love into these donations. Okay. So you can pay online, whatever. Just know that however you offer, y'all, it keeps our lights on, and all that we're able to do in our community is because of your offerings. Okay, repeat after me. I take this gift. May it nourish the fertile soil of our spiritual community, Unity of Gainesville. We bless and expect its full return. And so it is.
This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. No, the world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. This love that I am, the world didn't give it to me. This love that I am, the world didn't give it to me. This love that I am, the world didn't give it to me. Oh no, the world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. This strength that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This strength that I have, oh, the world didn't give it to me. This strength that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Oh no, the world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. I said the world didn't give it, the world can't take it away.
All right, y'all, we got the kiddos coming in soon. Just a quick announcement. We do have the prayer clinic right after service. So if you're ever curious about how to learn how to do affirmative prayer, we have our prayer clinics every first and third Sunday. And y'all, just remember, we have so many activities coming up. We're starting an author series. Y'all, we have a lot of published authors in the space, and so y'all get ready. Make sure we patronize our metaphysical bookstore. And what we're going to do starting in the new year, whatever we cover in the talks, we're going to make sure we have those books in the bookstore so we can keep that learning going. Okay, I think that's all my announcements. The kids will be here in a second. Ooh. Hey, baby, with the chocolate lips. Okay.
Little walk-in music. So cute.
Well, today we talked about order, and we figured out all kinds of ways that order is important in our lives. And when we count, we don't go 2, 7, 9, 3, 4. We have to have an order. Even our birthdays come in order. And then we talked about our friend Gabe, who we prayed for last Sunday, and we got answered prayer, folks. So show them what we're going to take a picture of to send to Gabe.
Those are so nice. And y'all got to see these up close. I see highlights. I see some, listen, this is some strong artwork. Thank you so much, y'all. So we're going to bless our kiddos, not just here, but in our community, our nieces and nephews and grandkids, wherever they are. So we can stand if we're able. And we're going to rub our hands together, and we can read this together. We're going to bless our children. Together, children, you are perfect just the way you are. The divine, magnificent outpicturing of Source. Everything you desire is yours because you and God are one. We love you. We love you. We really, really love you. All right, y'all, let's circle up.
On earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let this begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
The light of God surrounds us. We are light. The love of God enfolds us. We are love. The power of God protects us. We are power. The presence of God watches over us. We are presence. Wherever we are, God is. We are divine, and all is well. Okay, y'all, one more thing. If we could look at the camera above the closet, we have loved ones who aren't able to be here. We see you as whole, and we can't wait to wrap our arms around you. All right, y'all, have a good week.